It's showtime.
What is happening, you wonderful people? So earlier I got a chance to go see Mortal Kombat 2, and in this film we follow Earthrealm's champions Liu Kang and newly introduced Johnny Cage as they are forced into Shao Kahn's dangerous Outworld tournament to prevent him from taking over Earth. And that's all I can say without giving too much away. Let's talk about it. So, Mortal Kombat 2. When it comes to Mortal Kombat 2, this has easily been one of my most anticipated films of the year. I consider myself in a way, sort of kind of casual Mortal Kombat fan. I'm not like the biggest fan in the world. Like, there are a vast majority of people who love Mortal Kombat, who live and breathe and eat Mortal Kombat. And I'm someone who likes Mortal Kombat. I like the characters, and I'm someone who doesn't really know the lore. I'm someone who's not really like up to date with the lore, but I definitely want to learn more about it. I definitely want to learn more about the characters. And I'm really not the biggest fan in the world, like I said, like most people, but I still enjoy the world. I enjoy the world and the characters and how lively everything feels. And I never really grew up playing the games. I have played it on mobile before, and I've probably played it on console before, but if I have, it's been a long time. It has. And I'm saying all of this to give y'all my background with Mortal Kombat and where I stand as a fan. And I don't dive deep into the lore, but I really want to. I want to learn more about the lore and the overarching narrative and the story and the characters themselves. And as far as the movies go, I've never seen the OG 2 movies from the 90s, Mortal Kombat from 1995 and Mortal Kombat Annihilation. But when it comes to the 2021 remake, I'm someone who really enjoyed that film. I went in not knowing much about Mortal Kombat, and I finished it going, you know what? That wasn't perfect at all. It wasn't, but as a casual fan, as a casual Mortal Kombat fan, I had a blast. That was pretty dang fun. Even though it wasn't perfect, that was pretty fun. It was. So, going into Mortal Kombat 2, I had a lot of expectations. This has been one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and it was also one of my, funny enough, most anticipated movies of the year last year, and, you know, they delayed it. It was supposed to come out in October last year, but then now it just came out today. The trailers worked for me, and with the look and feel of the movie, I was like, oh, I'm digging this 100%. I'm loving the vibe and the aesthetic and just the feel and look of this movie. This could be fun, and with the test screenings being over the moon positive for almost about a year, I was like, that's a major green flag. It really is. And my hope was at an all-time high. And I even thought about flying down to Burbank at one point to see if I could watch it early. One of the test screens, obviously, sadly, that didn't end up happening. But I thought about it. That did cross my mind a few times. And I was like, man, I kind of want to fly down to Burbank and just see how great this movie is. People are saying it's amazing. I've never been to a test screening before. I've always wanted to go. That would be fun, hopefully. And there was one report where it said that people loved it so much, it was being compared to Avengers Endgame. And I was like, what? What? Avengers Endgame? Really? And the fact that they've already greenlit a third film, that just proves that they have all the faith in the world, not just in this movie, not just 2, but the franchise going forward, and the third film and any film that they have planned for this franchise. But at the same time, I always give y'all honest reviews, and I want to like everything I go see, but if I don't like a movie or if a movie's mid, I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. And the director of this movie, Simon McQuoid, he directed the remake from a few years back, and I was like, I liked the first film, so I might end up really enjoying this one just as much because he directed the first film, and I thought, personally, in my opinion, he did a a good job. And I really did like the first film, so I might end up really enjoying this one just as much, or hopefully even more than the first one, even though I really do like that one. And then there's the writer, Jeremy Slater. He has a lot of writing credits: The Lazarus Effect, Fan Forstig, Death Note, Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, the upcoming Coyote vs. Acme, the Exorcist series, which I didn't even know was a thing until today, Moon Knight, and the Umbrella Academy, so he's got a lot under his belt, he does. And after walking out of Mortal Kombat 2, it's good, but not as good as I thought it would be, unfortunately. So if you're new to my channel, or if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I like to talk about my positives first, then my negatives next. But even when I need to be negative, I will be positive. And even when I need to be positive, I will be negative as well. And overall, with Mortal Kombat 2, as someone who had pretty big expectations going into it, even as a casual Mortal Kombat fan, but as a movie fan, I really did enjoy it. Like I said though, not as much as I wanted to. I don't know if I'd watch it again. If it was on TV one day and there was nothing else to watch on TV and it was the only thing on, I'd definitely pop it on. I'd definitely watch it. And I don't know if I go see it in the theaters again. It's a movie that might grow on me. It's a movie that might grow on me. And if one of my friends wanted to go see it in theaters with me, one day they give me a call or a text and like, hey, I haven't seen Mortal Kombat 2 yet. I know you've seen it. We kind of talked about it, but I really want to go see it. You want to take me to go see it? You want to go see Mortal Kombat 2 with me? I'd be like, yeah, let's go see Mortal Kombat 2. Let's go do it. And I do like the first film more, I do. But with this one, with this being the sequel, you would think that they would go bigger. They would go bolder. They would make this movie more bold and bigger. And for the most part in this film, from what I gathered and from what I saw while watching and after walking out of it, they do go bigger. They do. And they go bigger in terms of scope, and they go bigger in terms of scale. And seeing this movie in IMAX was a crazy experience. When the aspect ratio changes, and even when the movie is full screen, you feel so immersed in this world and just in this story. And all of our characters in here were great. Some shined more than others, and some characters didn't have like much to do, but for the most part, everyone in here had a moment or two to shine. Carl Urban as Johnny Cage, I kind of want to talk about him fully in the negative section, and I know that's kind of unfortunate, and his character was fun. He was a fun character, but the way he was written, I don't know. The way he was written was kind of odd. It was kind of odd, and we'll talk about that more in the negative section a little bit. I'll kind of go more into depth in the negative section when we get there. He does have some cool moments and fight scenes, and it's Carl Urban. Carl Urban brings a type of coolness, camp, and aura to the character. And Raiden in here, Raiden doesn't have much to do, unfortunately, and when he shows up, with the screen time that he has, he does shine, he does. And Sonya Blade, good to see her again, she's great in here. Jax, my man, Jax is freaking awesome. Jax is cool in here. And Liu Kang, man, Liu Kang knocked it out of the park just like he did in the first film. All three of them were great. They were all great in here. And Cole barely had any screen time at all. He barely did. And Kung Lao is there for a little bit. And his fight scene with Liu Kang was pretty rad. That was pretty rad, and the way that it was choreographed was great. It was very suspenseful and fast-paced, and you have other characters in here too, like Scorpion, Bi-Han, Sub-Zero. You have other characters in here too, like Scorpion, Bi-Han, Kano, who brings the humor, and Baraka, who was really fun in here. He was fun, and Shao Kahn was an absolute beast. Shao Kahn, I would not want to mess with him. I would not want to mess with him at all. The way this dude was fighting, Shao Kahn was a force to be reckoned with. Whether it's his stature, whether it's his menacing presence, his aura, just, oh, get me out of there. Get me out of the fight right now. Shao Kahn was an absolute beast and a force of nature. He was, and I like the way he looks, his stature, and just his presence, his aura, and the way that he would fight. He was basically unstoppable. And with some of the other newcomers in here, Jade and Katana,
easy like Sunday morning.
I really liked both of their characters, and I could go on for hours, but gotta stick to the review right now. Gotta stick to the review. I could go on for hours, but that's a video for another day. And for the most part, the action set pieces were really good, and the movie moves at a very fast pace. It's like, it doesn't slow down. It doesn't slow down at all. Maybe it slows down a little bit. There were times where I kind of felt like it was starting to drag. Like, not very many times, but there were a few times where I was like, this is definitely starting to slow down a little bit. But the fights and the gore and the action keep you engaged, and you love seeing this tournament unfold, and you're interested in seeing who's gonna win and who's gonna lose. And when it gets to the final fight, the stakes actually feel high. You're like, oh man, who's gonna win? This is pretty unpredictable. That person could win. That person could. I don't know what's gonna happen. Feeling kind of tense. And I love the visual aesthetic and the atmosphere in here. It's directed beautifully. That fight with Kung Lao and Liu Kang, there's like this blue aura and background, and then at one point it changes to red, and I was like, oh, wait, oh, that's sick. Oh, that's cool, man, yeah. And the movie does have a good sense of humor as well, mainly from Kano. I do think Kano was funnier in the first film than he was in here. Some of the things he said in here, I was like, that's legit funny. I actually found that funny. But I feel like his jokes in the first film were funnier, and he was funnier in the first film. He was. The first film is stronger with its humor, but this one actually made me legit laugh at times. It did. And the one thing that I found myself enjoying mostly was the sound design. Whether it's the sound of bones being crushed and just anything in this film in general, you felt so immersed in the sound. That's one thing that elevated my experience. And overall, if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, I think you're gonna be pleased. As someone who likes this franchise and as someone who is a casual Mortal Kombat fan, I had a good time, but the movie's not perfect. It's not. This film has easily been one of my most anticipated movies of the year. It was one of my most anticipated movies of last year until they delayed it from October to today. And I walked out liking it. I walked out liking the film, not loving it as much as I wanted to, unfortunately. And I'm about to touch on a lot of things, but one of my main issues is that I felt like it was very rushed. I felt like the movie was very rushed, and the movie itself is very fast-paced. Like, it does not slow down at all. They throw you right into it, right into the middle of the action, and that's not a bad thing at all. That's not a bad thing at all, but the execution has to be there. The execution has to work. It has to be prevalent throughout, and there's really not a lot of build-up. There's not a lot of build-up in here. Like, when our main characters meet Johnny, when they meet Johnny Cage in the movie, and when they recruit him to join them in the tournament, it just kind of felt odd and out of place in a way, sort of. Like, right at the beginning of the movie, almost when it opens, they just randomly show up to like recruit him, and the thing is, I wish there was more build-up. And what I mean by build-up in terms of this movie, for what they were going for with the story, I really wish that they would have had like some type of like hologram, and they're trying to pick out certain different like people to recruit, and then they come across Johnny Cage. I feel like that would have been a lot better. It would have been, and the build-up could have been a lot better. I feel like that would have made the movie and story both stronger. And the story, while I was engaged with it, it did feel semi-convoluted at times. However, as it progresses, it does get easier to read and understand. And the fights in here, I thought that the action that we got was good, but I guess I was hoping for a little bit more. There's some action set pieces and scenes that we do get in here that do carry some weight, but for the most part, some of the action scenes that we do get don't carry a lot of like emotional or heavy weight. Like it doesn't do a lot of like heavy lifting. It really doesn't actually. Like there's some action scenes that really do have a lot of weight to the action sequences, like the fight between Kung Lao and Liu Kang, because they're brothers and there kind of is that emotional bond there and relationship there. It does carry a lot of weight. But like the fight scene between Katana and Johnny Cage, that's a cool fight scene. It's really well choreographed, but there's no weight there. There's no emotional weight. There's no heavy action weight at all. And I felt that a lot of things just didn't really feel earned in here. A lot of the payoffs and results after the fights didn't really feel earned. And I thought to myself, why was that so easy? That was way too easy for that character and that character. And the movie is goofy. We all know that. We do. It might take some people out of it. Mortal Kombat is goofy, but especially with how campy, goofy, and hokey this movie is, the movie itself, it didn't take me out of it. It almost did a few times, but for the most part, it didn't. And the tone may bug some people, and the dialogue is corny and pretty bad at times, but that's what you get with the Mortal Kombat film, especially some of the acting. You could tell that the actors are having a lot of fun and they all know what type of movie this is. And sadly, unfortunately, I feel like Carl Urban was very underutilized in here. He's obviously one of the main characters, but if you count his minutes of screen time, it's not much. And that's what I meant by pacing. They throw you right into it and it doesn't have much time to breathe, and it sits you down in a chair and goes, watch this, and puts the movie on 2x speed and doesn't let up. I would have liked to learn more about a lot of our characters as well. Shao Kahn is very menacing, and he's a very menacing antagonist. He is, and while he does have a lot of cool moments and terrifying crazy moments, I was expecting more, and I was expecting more gore and violence, and there's obviously not a lot of character and story depth in here, and the story is very paper thin and shallow. But yeah, overall with Mortal Kombat 2, this has been easily one of my most anticipated movies of the year. And as a casual Mortal Kombat fan, I don't know much about the lore. I don't know every character, but I'm willing to learn and I want to learn more about it. I do. But as someone who really does like the characters and the movies, I really walked out enjoying this one, even though it's not perfect. So with Mortal Kombat 2, I will give this movie a 3.5 out of 5 stars. And with Mortal Kombat 2, I will say dedicate your time. If you're a Mortal Kombat fan, I think you're going to enjoy it. So that'll wrap up this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, comment, share in this video. We just hit 1K so a while back. We're now at 1.3K. And the next week milestone is 2K and 3K for that being as well. If you're new as well, I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, trailer reaction, movie live streams, movie news, movie rankings, all that wonderful movie stuff under the movie umbrella. And let's talk about the comments down below. Did you like Mortal Kombat 2? Did y'all not like it? Did you like the first film more? Did y'all like this one more? Let's talk about it down below. Keep talking movies, wonderful people. Cheers.